Many non-living things may also be complex, but they do not exhibit this degree of ordered complexity. Sensitivity. All organisms respond to stimuli. Plants grow towards the source of light, and the pupils of your eyes dilate when you walk into a dark room. Growth, development, and reproduction. All organisms are capable of growing and reproducing, and they all possess hereditary molecules that are passed to their offspring, ensuring that the offspring are of the same species. Energy, use it to perform many kinds of work. Every muscle in your body is powered with energy you obtain from your diet. Homeostasis. All organisms maintain relatively constant internal conditions that are different from their environment, a process called homeostasis. For example, your body temperature remains stable despite changes in outside temperatures. And lastly, evolutionary adaptation. All organisms interact with other organisms in the non-living environment in ways that influence their survival. And as a consequence, organisms evolve adaptations to their environments. Living systems show hierarchical organization. The organization of the biological, that is, each level builds on the level below it. Number one, cellular level. At the cellular level, atoms, the fundamental elements of matter, are joined together into clusters called molecules. Complex biological molecules are reassembled or assembled into tiny structures called organelles within membrane-bound units we call cells. The cell is the basic unit of life. Many independent organisms are composed only of single cells. Bacteria are single cells, for example. All animals and plants, as well as most fungi and algae, are multicellular, composed of more than one cell. The organismal level, number two. Cells in complex multicellular organisms exhibit three levels of organization. The most basic is that of tissues, which are groups of similar cells that act as a functional unit. Tissues, in turn, are grouped into organs, body structures composed of several different tissues that act as a. Your brain is an organ composed of nerve cells and a variety of associated tissues that form protective coverings and contribute blood. A third level of organization, organs are grouped into organ systems. The nervous system, for example, consists of sensory organs, the brain and spinal cord, and neurons that convey signals. Number three, the population level. Individual organisms can be categorized into several hierarchical levels within the living world. The most basic of these is the population surroundings.
We had a question
Ordered
about
complexity. All living things are both complex and highly ordered. Your body is composed. Many non-living things may also be complex, but they do not exhibit this degree of ordered complexity. Sensitivity. All organisms respond to stimuli. Plants grow towards the source of light, and the pupils of your eyes dilate when you walk into a dark room. Growth, development, and reproduction. All organisms are capable of growing and reproducing, and they all possess hereditary molecules that are passed to their offspring, ensuring that the offspring are of the same species. Energy, the highest tier of biological organization, populations of organisms interact with each other and their physical environment. Together, populations and their environment constitute an ecological system or ecosystem. For example, the biological community of a mountain meadow interacts with the soil, water, and atmosphere of a mountain ecosystem in many important ways. And lastly, five, the biosphere. The entire planet can be thought of as an ecosystem that we call the biosphere. As you move up this hierarchy, the many interactions occurring at lower levels can produce novel properties. These so-called emergent properties may not be predictable. Examining individual cells, for example, gives little hint about the whole animal. Many weather phenomena, such as hurricanes, are actually emergent properties of many interacting meteorological variables. It is because the living world exhibits many emergent properties that the previous descriptions of the common features and organization of living systems begins to get at the nature of what it is to be alive. The rest of the book illustrates and expands on these basic ideas to try to provide a more complete account of living systems.
You all go into the portal, and I'll meet you at the test zone. I have to make another portal. Hold on. Follow the portal to get to the test zone. Anybody left? Kayla. Lucy, 2840. You have to catch us around. Welcome to RNL Test Zone. You all can enter in when you feel like you are ready to be examined on the material that you just listened to. In this world, you have multiple choice questions where you actually have to walk into the answer. For example, this question says, which of the following body cavities contains the stomach? Is it A, peritoneal, B, pericardial, C, pleural, or D, thoracic? And as students go through, they aren't quite sure by watching somebody go through if they actually went to the right one. Hassan, I just added you. If you go through the wrong one, you will end up stuck. If you go through the wrong one, you'll end up stuck. If you go through the right one, you will progress to the next chapter or to the next question. And you'll see people coming back through that door. That's because they selected the wrong answer. So in order to get out of this world, you have to answer all of the answers correctly or take the grade where you get stuck. Looks like everybody's going to peritoneal. I guess the body cavity that contains the stomach is the peritoneal. Look, everybody's up here for question 2. Now, the bad thing that students don't really enjoy is if you mess up, you go back to the beginning. So it kind of forces you to know the material. And keep in mind that the letters can be changed up. So don't try to memorize the path. Learn the material. I'm going to go back to the front and wait to see who actually can get through these questions. Remember, this is helping you prepare for the standardized test by actively having you go through. Not sure how people can cheat just yet, but I'm sure they can. Everybody went this way. What's the question? Epithelial cells perform all of the following functions except form barriers or boundaries, absorb nutrients in the digestive tract, transmit information in the nervous system, or allow exchange of gases in the lungs. Nobody's here. Maybe they all went here. And yes, I still see people here. This is the next wave of education. And just giving you a peek of the next wave of education. It's hard to go back from this, and it's hard to be compared to this. So you might as well just submit. So excuse me, ma'am, can you tell me about this course? Did you enjoy the course? No? Yes? Yeah, I see you shaking your head, kinda. Any reactions? No? Pretty quiet. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Hey. Take that, Dr. Mensa. They're in here dancing around. Oh, we got some more people that finished. Good job. If you want to come off of mute, in the top right corner, there's a mute button that's muted. But students have the ability to respond and talk, and they also have the ability to hear. So let's take a quick picture. I'm about to end this. Those are the courses that I can focus on. It's not just limited to biology. It's not just limited to the semester. It's a resource throughout your whole professional career. You just have to lock into your professional career and let me know what you need to be successful. And that is the end of our video. The last thing that I'm going to say is celebrate the resource. # Ruffin NeuroLab.